What is up, actors? Mike Marino here from ActorCEO.com and the Actor CEO podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to jump in real quick and dive into this article in the LA Times from March, but I think that is actually that still applies since we are still in this pandemic, and it does not seem to be ending anytime soon. And this article is all about remote jobs that could keep you working through the coronavirus era. Now, these are things that I think actors should pay attention to, right? You have the opportunity right now to have more access than ever before. Of course, you can be accessing courses and teaching and experts and things like that and learning yourself and improving your own skills, joining the Facebook group, which is the self-tape mastery group, improving that side of your process. But also, you want to be making money, right? You want to be making money, and this article is actually written by an editor at hustle.com, which is all about, sidehustle.com, which is all about, finding opportunities online to make money. So I figured I'd point it out to you because now, more than ever, it's necessary for actors to be stepping outside of what we normally did as our day jobs, like restaurants, bars, things like that, catering. All that stuff is gone. That doesn't work right now. So you got to be exploring other opportunities in order to be making money working remotely so that you can invest in your career and you can be ready to go when everything opens back up. So let's dive into some of the things that this article points out. So here's one, which I know a lot of actors have actually already done, which is teaching English, right? There are a lot of opportunities out there to teach English online remotely to kids and others in other countries, which is phenomenal. First of all, it's a huge benefit to them, and you get to make money. And it's something that actors generally are pretty skilled at. We have a remarkable, any trained actor has a pretty solid, remarkable command of the English language. We understand it really well. We actually understand how to explain things to people really well. We're very good teachers, as it turns out. And I know a lot of people who do this. So that's certainly something that stands out to me. They point out platforms like VIP Kids, Q Kids, and Magic Ears all hire native English speakers to teach after dinner and on weekends in terms of Beijing time, right? So you figure out what that time zone is for you. I'm not exactly sure how that works out, depending on if you're on the East or West Coast in the States, but that's an opportunity for you. So let's look at another one, tutoring, right? I know people who are very skilled in math who are actors. I know people who are very skilled in physics and like science who are also actors, right? Who did well in those classes, also English as well, and actors who are very skilled in chess who are tutors. This is an opportunity for you. The rest of the world, outside of artists, still has many things that they need to do. I mean, there's a lot of testing going on. Some schools are obviously working remotely. People still need tutors for those sort of everyday schooling options. This is something that you can check out. Now, here's another, some that they point out, Varsity Tutors, Chelsea International Education. These are places that you can apply to try and be a tutor, depending on your skill set and your category that you're skilled in order to help people learn online and actually get paid for those tutoring hours. So I highly encourage you to find these opportunities for you. There's more. And again, this is an LA Times article. It's in the business section, and it came out March 27th, I believe. So if you want to look it up, go ahead. Editing. Guys, there's so much content being created right now. First of all, you should know how to edit because then you can edit your own content. And secondly, you can edit other people's content. So this one's talking about editing books or manuscripts specifically. So again, like I said, I know many actors who are very skilled in English and like have an English degree or things like that. You could be editing manuscripts, or you could be editing blog posts. You could be editing lots of content that people are putting out in terms of writing. That said, I want to add to this that if you are in any way skilled at editing audio or editing video or editing photos, right? If you can even create stuff in canva.com or something like that, if you're skilled in design, that would be something that you can actually shop your skills out for, right? You can actually sell those skills. You can tell people online that you do it, and they can pay you for your time and your services, or you could open up like a Fiverr account. Or you could do it somewhere else. If you wanted to teach something, you could go to Teachable, or you could go to another platform that allows you to do that. Again, these are opportunities for you to Sell the skills that you have outside of working, an hourly job, at a restaurant or something, which we can't do. Now we're talking about, again, going back to hourly stuff, working as a virtual assistant. First of all, this is something that my business uses. We use virtual assistants. So if you're interested, reach out to us, right? We're interested in bringing on virtual assistants. It's something that helps us, right? And why is that? Because one of the things that we do is produce content, and so we need people to help us put that out there. Sometimes we need people to help us with tasks that go into. There's a lot that goes into, as many of you know, what happens before something gets made, right? Some sort of creative content gets made, and what happens after. And in the world of social media, what happens after is very important, and what happens before is very important. So, scheduling, timelines, following up with emails, admin type work, putting stuff into Excel, then of course dealing with the social media side, social media management, dealing with comments, following up on emails, creating content, creating banners, editing again. All this type of stuff is virtual assistant work that you could do if you are skilled in any way in any of this. Maintaining a website, updating the website, all this stuff is amazing that actors end up having a lot of skills in these areas. So I highly encourage you to check it out. I mean, look at this, $15 to $75 an hour, depending on what it is that you're doing. You could really be making some serious money, especially in a time when, what else are you going to be doing? Watching Netflix? Like, come on, make some money that you can actually use and be investing in your career. And then, let's see, I think this is the last one. It says professional services, right? So let's break down what exactly they're talking about when it comes to professional services and maybe how that's different from the virtual assistant stuff. It says if your skills fall on the professional side, like business development, marketing, web development, design, etc., then there's a variety of things you can do to connect with well-paid work, right? So now that's probably more selling your services, right? It's not necessarily selling your time, like a virtual assistant would, where it's like, hey, I'm going to clock this many hours helping you solve this task, complete this task, solve these problems, etc. But instead, you're selling your services, right? Where you're like, I'm going to do marketing services for you. I'm going to do your web development, and that comes at a cost, which is usually a fee, right? It's not necessarily an hourly cost usually. But if that's something that you can do, then certainly put that together, make a business for yourself, right? Offer yourself an opportunity to be making this side income rather than just sitting there waiting for the industry to get up and running, because at the rate we're going, we can't expect that to be happening soon. So there's a lot of opportunities here. Skip the Drive, it says, is a free curated job board for telecommuters, and then Flex Jobs charges for access to its curated telecommuting jobs, but there's lots of opportunities there. And of course, remote and other things, and it points out some other stuff. So definitely check out this article in the LA Times. It was put up March 27th, I believe, but I do believe it still applies. There's lots of great opportunities for you to be making money as a side hustle online right now, working remotely without depending on our normal economy that subsidized the actor ability to work coming back, because that timeline keeps on stretching. And I want you to be empowered and taking control of what you can control so that you can create this creative life for yourself. All right, I'll see you next time. All the best.